Hey gang, Spada here, and today we are taking a look at Target exclusive Spacecase. Picked this up at one of my local Targets actually. He was the only one they had, so I'm really glad I got him. As you can see, he is a remold, or repaint and head remold of Terradive from the Hunt for the Decepticons line. So let's go ahead and get him out of the box and take a look.
And here we have Spacecase out of his packaging. Now, for those of you who are in the know, Spacecase is a repaint slash remold slash head sculpt change of Hunt for the Decepticons Terradive. Now, the coloring for Spacecase versus Terradive is much different. We're going to take Terradive out of the picture here for a second. Now, I don't know if this shows up on camera, but the coloring on the wings and for all this blue, light blue plastic, all of this plastic, except for the tail fins here, is translucent plastic. It's completely translucent. You can see my finger back there. I find that a very odd decision. Also, there's a bunch of Decepticon symbols and a ton of the Cybertronian language scattered all across the top of this jet mode. That is in stark contrast to the bright nature of the Terradive figure, as you can see. He is the orange and the white and the black, and I have to say, I much prefer this coloring. Maybe call it the 80s child in me, but I really like the orange on black on white coloring for Terradive, simply because it reminds me of something from G.I. Joe. But I really dig this paint scheme over this one. Now, this isn't bad, but the translucent plastic really doesn't do anything for the figure. I don't understand why make the plastic translucent? It doesn't make any sense, but it is very cool, nonetheless. So, the figure actually comes with his own comic book. It's a very interesting read. It's by IDW. Unfortunately, I think the art is, well, I don't care for the art. The artwork is done by, I don't know who that is. Attilio? Anyway, sadly, I do not care for the artwork in this comic book. I really don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. Let's just leave it at that. So, now that we've taken a look at the jet mode, let's go ahead and take a look at the transformation. And here we have Spacecase in robot mode. Now, he is almost exactly the same as Terradive. Obviously, the coloring is different. And again, it's really weird to me that they have this translucent plastic. I mean, his head is completely made of translucent plastic. So even though he has that really weird translucent plastic all over the place, this mold is really good. I still have the same issues that I did with this mold, where these ball joints are very loose, but overall it's not that bad and can be dealt with pretty easily. I really like the coloring on his trident as well. It's just black and silver. Just black and silver, nothing crazy, as opposed to the gold, gray, and purple of Terradive's. Now, the head sculpt of Spacecase is much more like the head sculpt of an astronaut's mask, while Terradive is much more of something of an aquatic Decepticon. So, overall, this figure is very cool on his own. If you didn't get a hold of Terradive at all, I would recommend getting this guy. He is in most Targets now. I was at a couple over the weekend, and he was there. He does continue the red, he does continue the blue coloring, but he also adds some brown, red, and white to his overall color scheme. This is an excellent figure and should be in your collection. I really like the way it looks. It's got great posability. It can be posed in multiple different setups, and it just looks cool. So I would go out and get this one, especially if you can find a Target that has him. Definitely pick him up. He was only $10 at Target, and he's well worth being in your collection.